You guys are suckers. They're going to do to you next.
If I had said America deserved 9/11, trust me, people would still be talking about it and demanding that my visa gets ripped up.
I'm sorry, dude, but like if someone was talking about Adolf Hitler that way, you would immediately have alarm bells going off, going like, whoa, what?
I've said crazy stuff. You know what I've never said, Cenk, in my entire life? America deserved Americans, over 3,000 dying, burning to death, and jumping to their freaking death. And there's no excuse for that.
And it's absolutely unconscionable for somebody to say that America deserved 9/11. I was a kid. I remembered what happened on 9/11. He is not sorry he said that. He's only sorry he got caught. It's his true belief. It's what's in his heart. And there are
you guys are making things up.
Okay, so I'm going to show you how I responded on air to that in a minute. But Bassem, give me your thoughts in general about this line of attack.
Well, I didn't know that Hasan Piker apologized 2 days later. I didn't know, because the media has just like pointed so much on what he said, and they never talked about him like withdrawing his comments. I mean, if you talk about politics, we have a history of politicians saying horrible stuff and that, okay, sorry guys, I didn't mean it. It didn't go. So why don't they don't extend the same courtesy to Hasan? The guy said, okay guys, I said a dumb thing, I'm sorry, just, okay, forget about it. And it's been like going on for 10 years. Okay, what do they want to do to him? They want him to what? Kill himself? I mean, the guy said something dumb and he apologized. And he said like, I'm sorry, I didn't, it was dumb. Okay, what else do you want?
Yeah.
Seriously.
So, yeah, he came right on this program on the Young Turks and said, look, what I really am talking about is that America gets stuck in the quagmire of the Middle East for no reason, and we antagonize the Middle East to help Israel, etc. And I said to the panel, look, you guys all actually agree with that position. You just didn't like the way that he said it, and he didn't like the way he said it, so he came out and clarified immediately, but it's used as an attack line anyway. And I have more to say about that trick, but first, let's just show you my response when we were live on Piers.
So these comments matter. It is good that he withdrew them, but the defense, not a defense.
That they matter. Can I explain?
Well, explain his comments about Mao Zedong, because they are extremely concerning.
Why isn't anybody asking Mike Rogers, hey, do you denounce Benjamin Netanyahu? You're taking, not only are you campaigning with the Israeli lobby, not only are you associated with the Israeli lobby, you take money from the Israeli lobby. You are legally bribed by the Israeli lobby. So do you denounce the butcher of Jerusalem that has murdered 23,000 children? That is a very legitimate question, but somehow mainstream media can't ask that question. Why didn't they ask Kamala Harris, do you denounce Dick Cheney, who brought torture back, who got hundreds of thousands of people killed? Instead, they're like, oh, you're so wonderful for bear-hugging Dick Cheney. Why didn't anybody get asked, don't you denounce Henry Kissinger? So these are actual murderers who have slaughtered tens or hundreds of thousands of people, but yet mainstream media doesn't do smear by proxy there. They never ask that question. Oh, what did Hasan say? What did Cenk say? Well, by the way, what did Tucker Carlson say? What did Marjorie Taylor Greene say? Notice that they always do this to outsiders.
It's a great expression, smear by proxy. Love that.
Yeah, thank you, brother. Picture this, it's 1 a.m., you tell yourself just one more scroll through social media, and suddenly you're spiraling over the latest political dumpster fire. That spiral doesn't just exhaust your mind, it actually spikes your internal body temperature. And when your body stays hot, you can never hit that deep restorative sleep. So the fix? It's not a meditation app, it's your bed temperature. Enter ChiliPad 2.0. It's a water-based mattress topper that gives you total climate control from 55 to 115 degrees. No new mattress, no hassle. It fits right on top, and water is the game changer. A fan just stirs hot air around. ChiliPad uses actively chilled water to pull heat away from your body like a heat exchanger. The new 2.0 has a quieter dock, a washable cover, and a remote that senses when you climb in and fires up your sleep schedule automatically. Sharing the bed? Dual zones let each side pick their own temperature. No subscription, no hidden fees, 2-year warranty, made right here in the USA. Visit www.sleep.me/TYT to get up to $255 off your ChiliPad 2.0 with code TYT. That's www.sleep.me/TYT. Free shipping, free returns, and a 30-night trial. The headlines will still be there in the morning. You might as well wake up ready for them. So one of the things I was pointing out to them, and actually at one point in the discussion, a lot of them actually agreed, especially Dave Smith, and is that, guys, you're falling into a trap here. So they're gonna find something wrong that Dave Smith said, that Vinny Oshana said, that Lindy Lee said, those are the other people on the panel, and then Bassem said, and I said, and Tucker said, and Tom Massey said. Now, they ignore the things that the warmongers do, the people that they get killed, but they focus on one thing we might have said or otherwise. And do you think, like, so both in terms of the right-wing outsiders who are trying to cancel Hasan along with mainstream media, and some of our guys on the left trying to cancel Tucker Carlson and Marjorie Taylor Greene for other comments they've made, are making a mistake by dividing the anti-war movement?
The thing is, they're focusing on these little things in order to they kind of distract people on what's important. You know, as you said, like you're talking about actual murders and nobody is talking about like why don't they the smear by proxy, what you said, but they're focusing on a streamer. Seriously? I mean, yes, he's an influential streamer. He has weight and everything, but that's why I don't like. How can we take any of these people seriously?
Yeah, and by the way, if we're criticizing people in media for their associations, I mean, they all go and talk to Jake Tapper, and Jake Tapper seems to be totally in favor of Israel's genocide. So how come that's never discussed, right?
Exactly.
Right? The only thing that's ever discussed is if you disagree with Israel, we will dig into your life, try to find something that you said at any point, doesn't matter if you're 13 years old, and it doesn't matter if you're on the left or the right, and try to destroy you. And that's how our media works, and that's what they're trying to do to Hasan right now. And his speech at University of Washington just got canceled, and they say, oh, he has a history of saying naughty things. Okay, get the hell out of here, man. They're trying to take our freedom of speech away just to make sure that the establishment wins. Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.